Wow, I'm really albino, huh? Okay, so it's still the same kind of thing, it just doesn't put the poison down, and I think I don't care about that at all. So that's actually great news. Haha, get owned. So anyway, and this reduces its cooldown. It does a lot more damage and reduces its cooldown for each enemy it hits. That seems like a real no-brainer. How much does it reduce cooldown? Dang it. 2 seconds for every enemy hit, and it doesn't even have that long a cooldown. So this seems real good. Yeah, it doesn't poison, but like, what do you need poison for from the movement skill? I wasn't using it for that at all when I have pandemic or epidemic and whatever the caustic shot is. And also, it's like, it does have a significantly longer recharge, but I think it's just way better. But I could see this one being more arguable. Like, I could see people having a preference one way or the other. Like, they want to spread more poison, go for it, right? Oh, thanks. Like, it's a lot more damage. 230 or 220% more damage is like crazy. And depending on how you're using it, just the potential to move a lot more. And again, this is another one where I think it would be way better on high scaling. So, I don't know. Seems like the play. So I would say they might not be nailing it with making the alt skills, like, options. But, like, this one's kind of an option. It just seems straight better. Anyway, it's worth it to kill that Scavenger every run for sure, as far as moon donuts are concerned. But, you know, depends how hard it is. Yeah, you get a lot more health a lot more quickly from the PSG. That might fly off the edge and die. I'd be okay with it if it did. So what's the cooldown on this one? Around 9-10 seconds? Seems pretty good. So if you can hit like 4 or 5 enemies, it's just great. I don't know why I bothered with that, but hey, whatever. Yeah, 10 seconds. I didn't notice the chain sounds by the end of that run. So it's quiet enough that it's not a big deal. Alrighty then. Count me in. Alright, not here. Why am I bothering? I don't need money. I've bought everything. Get me out. Dang. I had high hopes for that one. Alright, so I'm going to take the get on top of its head approach. Well, I jumped a little early. Oh, I need this. Oh, I'm dying. I'm going to go ahead and first off kill this. Second off, pandemic you, and third off, start healing. Well, I guess I'll heal over here. I think that scavengers still seem like they're total BS until you're super OP, when nothing is really BS. So I don't know that I think they're like a good thing or not. Like, same deal though, like you can probably deal with the Acrid event really easily by just looping for a while. But like, is that, you know, is that a good thing? Is that the way that it should just be balanced? Just loop a while and it's no problem? I don't know. I also beat the Acrid event on the, like, very early on, I think, relatively speaking. But, like, it's random. It's just, like, get bad enemies, get bad items for the enemies, and, well, sucks to be you. And I'm sure that the wrong items could even screw you over on a very strong run. Which is why I say it could be problematic. Like even at the point where it's, like, loop for a really long time and might not matter. What if it does? What if you just get the worst luck? Like, it seems like something that is only worth doing for the unlock and not for actually doing. Because you get the wrong luck and you just lose. And the same goes for the Scavenger, really. Alright, well, there's nothing else underwater here. Like, really the problem is just that it doesn't limit the items that the enemies can have. Scavengers and event enemies for the Void map. When a lot of items are just straight up unfair for the player. Like, of course they're unfair to enemies, but that's very different. The enemies aren't the ones playing the game. No, poison damage doesn't proc anything. Yeah, Scavenger, the first Scavenger I fought. Now, I'm guessing that the special Scavenger that you fight in the end map is different in that it gets lunar items and the other Scavengers do not get lunar items. So that's why it had a meteor, and that was like ridiculous. Like, what the heck? Excuse me. But like then the next one had a capacitor, which is another holy moly moment. Both of the Scavengers I had in the special map had Transcendence as well, yes. But I don't think I've had any lunar items on the non-lunar Scavengers. So I'm guessing that that's just, you know, that makes sense. That's just how it's balanced. They won't get lunar items. But I don't know. Your special Scavenger had glass. That's funny. Yeah, I think that the Scavengers are cool, but I don't know that they are fair or good without any, like, without limitations, like they seem to lack. Because it's like I said earlier, there was a mod that just gave enemies random items. And it was super busted, and they had, like, to play it effectively, you had to limit the items that enemies could get. Makes sense. Then they were just like, yeah, let's take this mod, but not limit it. Yeah, I beat the Obliteration Scavenger. Its backpack dropped as many lunar coins as the normal ones drop items, and it then faded the game out over time, so I didn't get to explore the map as much as I wanted after killing it. And I did not get the environment log yet. So that's the goal. Environment log ahoy. Yeah, pretty cool reward. I agree. Yeah, if you're using the tonic there, it becomes, like, disgustingly white. It's very, like, hard to look at. Does it give more donuts for more beads? I don't know. It might, but it also might give the boss more items, you know, or something like that. Or it could do both. Like, it could make your life harder to get more moon donuts, and if so, that's great. But, you know, I haven't had multiple yet, so I can't comment. One Scavenger per beads. That would be fine, too. Because that would be more moon donuts. Like, that would serve that purpose. How do you get the bead? It's just a lunar item. So this is a double mountain. Little bit concerning. Oh, nice. Some of them are on the other side. That's actually very, very convenient for me. Dang it, dude. I'm getting frozen so much on Acrid. I gotta go. I think I'm gonna die. Okay. You know, I don't think that I've had... Actually, no, I don't know that I have or haven't had. I haven't noticed having scavengers with teddy bears, because I was just killing them real fast most of the time. It took me a long time to get a feather when I was trying to get the environment log for the void place. So I know your struggle. Pretty good first item. Alright, well now I need some enemies. I miss high scaling already. Yeah, Acrid's just like napping on the first level. Wakes up and starts murdering. That's the life, I guess. I assume that scavengers are loop-only enemies. That is my assumption. How good is fresh meat? It gives you +2 healing for a couple seconds, like +2 regen when you kill an enemy, and it stacks for how long that regen lasts. Seems like it should be okay. Acrid is barely a melee character. I don't find myself trying to be close to enemies very often on Acrid. That's just so far, though. I think that again, so far, I would say that prioritizing Focus Crystal is not the play. But, you know, getting them for free, that's cool. But I think that late game, you don't want to be near enemies. So it's really only an early game thing where you're using melee too much. Above the abilities would look weird. Wait, where's the... Oh, right up top. I haven't seen a new red item. I haven't seen a new boss item. I don't know what boss item that is, though. Because it wasn't, because I got Vagrants. Patch notes mentioned 2 types of pearls? I didn't see that. I didn't see the patch notes mention just about anything by name, like for that was new. But I guess the other item I'm missing is another pearl, but from a boss. Can Scavenger spawn as the teleporter boss? And if so, does it have a boss item? That's basically my guess right now. Alternatively, what boss of old now has an item? Like, I just don't know. Not like I can do anything to improve my odds of that, though, really. Whatever it may be. Yeah, I got both of the new Lunar items. As for what I think about visions, I don't really know. Seems like whatever, basically. I don't know what characters want it. Probably Acrid. The range of Acrid's melee attack is right in front of Acrid. Oh yeah, look at that. You do carry the fresh meat in your mouth. Why, engineers' grenades have range. They're fine. They're not like engaging, fun, good, but like they, as far as just damaging things, they're fine. Yeah, I killed the secret boss last full run. Which fortunately is just a scavenger and doesn't count as like a separate monster log. How was it? It has lunar items instead of regular items, like a normal scavenger has. So it's like just a different fight, I guess. I killed it really fast because I had looped for a while and gotten really strong. Yeah, I don't know how many items scavengers have by default. or how quickly they pick them up or anything like that. Nice. Attack speed doesn't really matter because I think that the melee aspect of the character is not something that you really want to use as much. Yeah, the Scavenger picked up a dagger and killed me. That sucked. I didn't really like that. That gives you really high armor for a little bit, not very long, 40-ish second recharge. So my impression is I'm a Rex main again. That's where I think I've arrived. Yeah, Rex is crazy now. Okay, I wanted to test that, see if somehow the immunity to fall damage was due to any other kind of immunity, but it's not. I don't think you needed to include the on-Rex part of that. Crowbar should be good, I guess. Really? Let's see. Unless you're trying to say that Corpse Bloom is good for someone. In which case, I think that you've got it backwards. I don't think I'm super into Acrid either. I think I'll just play the character on rotation. No, Corpse Bloom has always been and probably always will be terrible. Probably have enough money to clear out the back portion of the level and then leave. Only one mountain so far, unlike last time where I had two. Two mountains killed me. Yeah, I think that I think I would like Acrid a lot more if Poison killed. This is gonna take a while. Oh yeah, it is a moon donut over there. Since I have a feeling I might die this run, that is more important than the teleporter or my life. I thought there were 3, but it seems there are only... Oh, there are 3. Yeah, okay. That was ballsy. I went for it. No, summing up how I feel about the characters is very easy. I like every character that isn't Artificer, and I think the Artificer is terrible and should be remade from scratch. Dang, I went for it. Why don't I like Artificer? The character plays terribly, in my opinion. Your skill loop isn't satisfying and is very forced. Your primary skill makes the character very unfun due to being badly designed. And, personal issue. Third skill is just too hard to hit with and is not useful for too many enemies. Flamethrower is too hard, like it's a bad option later in the game. It's great early. Alternate fourth skill, it's usable. It's just not like good, right? Like at least you can use it later in the game. Alternate second skill looks way cooler, feels way cooler, seems way worse. Alternate first skill, I don't see the point. Like, the character's just bad, in my opinion. I have nothing good to say about it. Except that the game doesn't force me to play it. She's just not good. But I respect that a lot of players do enjoy the Artificer. And you know, that's great. I just try not to talk about it too much. But I genuinely think they should scrap the character and start over. But they didn't give her alternate skills that make her playable. Her alternate skills, like, suck. And they already made 3 out of the 4. So it feels kind of like, well, what do? They've kind of worked themselves into a corner already. Did they change anything about the other characters? Yeah. Multi's grenade launcher got a buff. They shoot faster. Like velocity. I think they have a better fire rate as well. And it recharges faster. Loader, they made it so the grapple won't just cancel itself as often based on distance. I think they did something else to the character, and they added another alternate skill for Loader, which I think looks just straight better. I forgot what it was already. Then they buffed Rex like ridiculously, and Rex is amazing. Like Rex is just straight up way too good now. And I'm about it. I am absolutely about it. Gonna take the bird because I was dying and I wasn't about to just let myself die. And movement's good. Wait till they nerf Rex. I don't know that they will. Like, I mean, I understand where all of these buffs came from, basically. And while, yeah, they're ridiculously good, I think that maybe they'll like lower the healing from 60% or something on the basic attack, but I don't think that they'll make a major change. I think it's just that they're not great at making things difficult fairly. That's really, like, that's how I feel about their balance. Oops. Dang. This was a bad path that I took. Oh well. I just mean, like, when they add something that's supposed to be really hard, they make it hard in the wrong ways. Or when they change something to make it harder. Like, they just don't do it in a way that makes sense. I think it's just kind of like they want you to lose sometimes, no matter what. And, like, I'm not sure why that's necessary. Oh, I'm making bad. I think Acrid is okay. You can get very strong, like ridiculously strong against all types of enemies just by getting brain stocks. But, like, I don't think the character is all that interesting. And I think that because poison can't kill enemies, that it takes a lot of fun out of it. I'm gonna die. So I'm not, like, hugely into Acrid, I think. All right. But the character's definitely got, you know, a different style. You know, plays differently. Oh, I did it. Got lost on my keyboard. I don't think this will go well. Unless I get brain stocks like this level. In which case this will go great. Yes, I've seen both new lunar items. I think that the one that replaces your primary seems fine. No strong feelings. Oops, I made a bad. And the beads, cool. I like that you get rewarded with a lot more lunar items. Or not lunar items, lunar coins. For beating the special boss, the special scavenger. And that's cool. I shouldn't take this challenge. Oh, hey, yeah, I have this now. Ooh, that's a lot. Sure. Really should start doing those after the level just so I can actually pause buffer them correctly, like without risk. I think it's entirely worth it. I do not yet know how beads stack, but I hope it gets you more lunar coins somehow. At the end when you beat the scavengers. Like by either adding more scavengers or by making the scavenger stronger and drop more lunar coins. That's what I hope. Yeah, you can pause buffer just like in the first game for the roulette shops. Why did I summon it now? Am I stupid? Oh well. $67,000 seems a lot more manageable than usual though. Yeah, their health scaling was nerfed by 20%. Their damage scaling was nerfed by 75%. Okay, I'm glad that worked out for me somehow. Oh, wait! I just realized something that could be broken. How do I like Acrid so far? Plays uniquely. I don't think that the character is super interesting or fun, though. Like, in a special way. So I'm not sure if the poison accounts for those shields when it does the shield move, but it might, which means the dots might tick for way more than they should when it ends, and that might be real broken. I'm not sure if that's the case. I couldn't really tell. But anyway, I don't think that Acrid's like super special, just different from the other characters. So, you know, a worthy addition, but not like Acrid from the first game kind of special to me. But the character plays fine. Is that another? No, it's a Wake of Vultures. I wonder if that fight would have seemed trivial. Oops. With the old scaling, though. Like, how much of that was old or was new scaling, and how much of that was Acrid? Mm, 3D playable, I think, is a bit of a nebulous way to put it, because I don't know exactly what you mean by that. I think that both Loader and Acrid play fine in 3D. Acrid is like certainly less one-dimensional than Loader. But again, I don't know if Acrid is like very special. You know, I should just buy that. Not special, like very, like fun. No, I don't think dynamic's the word either, because like razor wire. Do I care? No. Well, just letting it happen now. That's a good payout. Like, that's the one I would have wanted from it anyway, out of my options. I'll just take Wake of Vultures. Normally I'd skip it. Anyway. I don't, like... I'm not gonna be an Acrid main. Just gonna play the character on rotation like the rest. I don't know. It's just not quite there for me. I don't think I can get up there. How do I like the Hidden Realm? I think it's neat, but I think that it's not good. Like, it's good insofar as getting the unlock and never doing it again. I think that doing it for its rewards is dumb because it's not very fairly made. Like, just random enemies with random items that are sometimes ridiculously unfair is just not worth doing because it's just like, okay, I want my run to die now, maybe. Not because I messed up, but because the game decided, let's give enemies items that enemies shouldn't have because they don't actually provide you any gameplay. They end your gameplay. And that's kind of how I feel about Scavengers as well. but to a lesser extent, because you can definitely avoid them better. Well, seeing as how I've never stacked shaped glass, and I've never, like, really felt like, if only I stacked glass, I would be way more powerful and have more fun, or, like, you know, it would matter to this run. I don't have any strong feelings about your question. Like, if that's the meta that someone wants to play, they're still gonna play it. But I pretty much never took more than one shaped glass, basically. So I'm not really affected in that way. If poison could kill, I mean, I think it would be more fun if poison could kill. You'd be a really strong character, but that's, you know, like, fine. I don't know. Rex is ridiculously powerful now. Mercenary is ridiculously powerful, though a little more skill-based, I guess, than the others. Like, I think that Mercenary is just, like, the best made character. I think that Rex is super awesome, like, incredibly powerful and very, very fun now. Maybe too rewarding, but, like, fine. What do they do to Rex? Huge buffs all around. Crazy. Basic attack, better attack speed, higher burst rate. Doubled healing, 30 to 60. Like, it was 30, now it is 60. Second skill, swapped the alternate skill to be the basic one that you don't have to unlock. Removed its health cost. And then third skill now has an alternate that costs 20% HP, but does 550% damage, which is more than the Mortar Strike, by the way. And it heals you based on enemies, like how many enemies it hits. And still is the same movement skill. So it's a straight upgrade, which is kind of like, well, whatever. But, yeah. Okay, so the Rex, new alternate Rex skill is not an unlock at all. You just have it. Acrid's alternate skill unlock that is currently in the game is it's something that you're just gonna do if you play Acrid at all. RB Crash, thank you for that 10-month sub with Prime. Thanks so much for using your free sub on me once again. Appreciate it a lot, my friend. I don't remember what else. Those are like the only alternate skills they added this time. No, the tome just gives you extra money sometimes from from random enemy drops, or random enemies will drop the thing that gives you extra money. I think it said it was a 4% chance base, and it stacks 4% per item pickup, like, you know, per tome. And it's $25 base, but it scales with time. So it's probably the cost of a basic chest for each pickup. Or, like, it probably always is the cost of a basic chest, is what I'm trying to say. Sounds like a trash green. By the time I had it in the last run, you know, it didn't feel very useful. What's the new loader skill? I forgot. That one I think is a good unlock, actually. That one's land your charge, like your charged fist, your third skill, while moving at 300 miles per hour or more. Which is just like, get really high in the air, drop, and smash into an enemy. Really easy to do, fits the character really well. And I think that the skill was an upgrade. Oh, I remember what it does now. It's the same charge fist thing. Instead of 2700% damage for max, it's 2100, but it does 1000% damage in a cone of electricity that shocks enemies in the path or something. So like, as far as I can tell, I think that would probably hit the enemy that you are attacking, which means that it is 3100% damage instead of, you know, 21 or 27. But it also hits, like, other enemies around it. Like, I don't know. It seems like it would be good. But I don't know if it, like, doesn't travel through enemies. Like, you stop with the first enemy you hit or something. So it's less damage to enemies behind the first one or something. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. But, like, the way it's just phrased from my memory is it sounds just like an upgrade. It charges way faster, but it does stop on the enemy, the first enemy it hits? Okay. Then that's more of an option, rather than an upgrade. I can get with that. I probably would prefer the old one then, since it does stop on the first enemy it hits. This tree is solid? All right. Whatever. Yeah, I think I agree with that. Maybe it's better in co-op. And not like fake co-op. Oh, hey, yeah, I'll take that. Not like the co-op I play with my imaginary friends, like real, actual co-op. Why is this critting for... Why is this doing no damage? Like, it's doing 5, 7... Okay, maybe now it's fixed? No, it's hitting... Okay, well, the explosion's hitting just fine. I thought before it was doing a lot of damage. Maybe it just wasn't. Maybe it's only the explosions. But I thought the regular attacks were doing damage, too. That's just my bad. Oh well, the explosions are good. So it's fine. Is that a new item? Yeah, it replaces your basic attack with the Needler from Halo. It gets 12 shots, and then it has a very quick recharge that recharges all 12 at once. Or if you only shoot a few, then it'll just recharge the remaining few, you know? Oh, another small change to loader they made is your fourth skill now can push the buttons on this map. Sounds like a good Artificer item? Maybe. Then again, a good Artificer item is not playing the Artificer. How does it stack? Plus 12 projectiles, but plus 2 seconds recharge time per stack. And note, it doesn't recharge until you've stopped shooting. So I'm not actually sure that stacking it is a good thing. I think stacking it might be a bad thing. Whereas with strides, they're both heresy items. I assume that there'll just be a heresy set that replaces all of your skills eventually. Anyway, strides is good to stack, but it is boring to stack. I think this might just be bad to stack. I'm not sure if it increases damage. I didn't notice it saying that it increases damage. But I think that's just not good. Because the recharge is like it's pretty negligible the first time, so only having 12 is like whatever. But if you have to wait an extra 2 seconds... doubles the ammo but has less but doesn't double the recharge each time. I mean, technically you're correct about that. But I don't know. Still strikes me as the base is already perfect, so why mess with it? That's what it seems like to me. Like, it's not the same kind of stacking as strides, at least. Where strides, the only thing that you're comparing with is, do I really want to be unable to actually play the game for this long while strides is active? Also, I believe Alien Head works on it, I think. Oh, I like totally forgot to go to the place even once to get the beads. So I guess we'll do another loop. Does Soldier Syringe work with it? Yeah. Would I take this primary on commando? I don't think so. They do 120%. I don't know how much damage Commando's base is. Dang, didn't give it to me. Oh, this is bad news, dude. Favorite item added in the update. I haven't even seen them all. I don't know what the red item even does. Don't tell me. Let me find it eventually. But, like, I haven't seen them. I don't know what the boss item Pearl does either. How do you get to the new dimension? There are two of them. One is below the bazaar, and the other is when holding one of the new lunar items, you obliterate yourself, and it takes you there. This is messed up, dude. Oh, why did you have to take a teddy bear, dude? I do appreciate that they fixed that graphic so you could actually see what it takes, like, all the time. Dude, this is being real rude to me. Do I really deserve this? Do I have both? Okay, I do. I only need 9 of these. Dude, this was, like, terrible. I don't think poison crits. Unfortunate. How is Acrid? No. Can be strong. I don't think that the character is super interesting. Definitely not going to be an Acrid main. You always were shown what you give to the printer. It's just more obvious now. Oh, this is tragic. Dude, what a sucky enemy. I wonder if they're ever gonna fix Templars. Like, they're so bad. Turned around a little more than I meant to. I think that the first game Acrid is better. But, like, the first one is definitely more engaging and satisfying, whether or not it's, like, a better character. And I care about that more than I care about how good a character is. Because, like, I'm going to play all of them besides Artificer anyway. Yeah, I'm not a fan of poison not killing enemies. Like, I understand wanting it to not be OP. And, like, you get one brain stocks and you're, like, straight up a just hugely, ridiculously OP character. But, like, it's just not satisfying. Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna just die now. What a fair thing that is going on in my life right now. I guess I'm over here now. Hey, guys. Seems like being a shock elite, it might be really good with the Visions of Heresy. Purple orbs are from a new Lunar item, Visions of Heresy. Replaces your basic attack. They're the Needler from Halo. They explode after sticking to enemies. They home a little bit. They're decent. Like, I probably should take strides, realistically speaking, right? Actually, you know what? I'll just do it. I'll just take strides. Anyway, we didn't get the thing, so I have to keep going to see if I can get the beads. I'm gonna go less, like less hard for like looping to see if I can kill the Scavenger with less items, like with less effort. Okay, not in here. Maybe I'll just die. Also, I'm willing to bet that one of the unlocks later, once they have all of the heresy items, like replacing your full loadout, one of the unlocks will most likely be replace your full loadout with heresy items. That's like a gimme. That's just like so free. Yeah, I think that'll be a character unlock as well. Like, that makes just a lot of sense. Well, we've found one. And it seems to have a, what's its name? Ow, dude. Alright, heal. It seems to have a friggin'... I can't remember what the item is called. Alright, thanks for the 10 items. Wood Sprite. I came up with that before reading chat. Sneaky. So yeah, I think that scavengers only appear on your second loop, which is fine. Like, as far as if they have to start appearing at some point, I'm glad it's not too early. And I'm very into the idea of, like, having more enemies that don't appear for, like, long times. Ah, yes, just pick up 5 personal shield generators immediately, all at once. I really appreciate that you just got 40% shields. 29,000. That's probably enough money to buy this item. Great. I'll be elite longer. But since I determined that I think that being shock elite's really good with visions, then I probably am about this. How do you unlock Acrid? In one of the hidden realms, the one in the bazaar. There are 9 events to complete in that world, and then you get the character. Kind of BS, but only have to complete it once. I think it's very conceptually awesome, though. Yeah, several people have said that their enemies got Tesla coils and they just died. Which is like, yeah, some items shouldn't be in enemy hands because they're not really actually fair gameplay. Oh. 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 Yep. Acrid with guillotines is real dumb. Drone, that's fine. Okay, remember to get the blorb. Remember to go through it. And my basic attack doesn't even poison enemies anymore, does it? Oh, it totally does? I can't really tell. Like, those numbers don't look like the same color. They do. I don't know, it looks like it is boiling. Boiling? Poisoning. Claw swipes didn't poison? I thought they did. Like they did in the first game. Be weird of them not to in this one. Alright, there we go. That's my item. I think they do have poison. Well, those clearly weren't. What was happening on the last level then? Because, I mean, there were clear green numbers. When I wasn't shooting my second skill, obviously. What is the... I guess it used the Jade Elephant. Or maybe it's got armor when it's looting. Okay, good. It didn't have a Dio. The Void is, yeah, it's kind of tricky to find. Yeah, the Void log is kind of tricky to find. You can only do it while it's still poisonous. Like, you can't do it after completing the event in there. And you need some movement. Like, you need decent movement. At least one extra jump, I would say, would be the minimum amount of movement you would be able to do it with if you don't have a ton of movement speed. A ton of movement speed might be good enough, though. Huntress can probably do it. And, like, you could definitely do it as loader. No problem. Mercenary as well. Yep. Acrid things. Yeah, it homes on enemies like the Needler. It really is just the Needler. Oh. I'm sure some characters have better basic attacks than it. Also, if you take it on multi, does it replace both of your primaries or what? It does? Okay. Noob Nuker, thank you for the 6 months with Prime. Thanks very much for keeping the free sub on me and sticking around. Appreciate it a lot. Sure. Do I have a strict schedule? More or less, yeah. Oh god, get me away from that. Okay, good. the first scavenger you kill on a level will drop a backpack with 10 items in it. Assuming the bot is here, just do ! schedule. This week I'm switching Monday and Wednesday though. I'll be streaming tomorrow instead of not streaming tomorrow. Wow, that is not up to date at all. Never mind. Guess we never updated that. Thought it would just link to the scheduled document. I start at noon Eastern. That took a lot of tries. I don't know. I haven't played co-op and mods are broken, so I can't do high player scaling right now. So I don't know how scavengers scale. Acrid's okay. Anyway, for an actually up-to-date schedule, there is a link underneath the stream in the panels. It has the actual current schedule. But like I said, I start at noon, and I don't stream Wednesdays or Saturdays most of the time, but I will this week. Because I'm not streaming Thursday. No, you don't need to attack the hermit crabs that you chase off the edge. You just need to chase them off of a map to their death. This was the first level I saw Void Reavers on last run as well. So I'm wondering if Void Reavers can't spawn until the 3rd level of the 2nd loop. Whereas Scavengers can spawn on the 1st level of the 2nd loop. It's interesting to me that that would imply that Void Reavers are more threatening than Scavengers. Which, in a technical sense, no, I still don't agree. I just don't think that's correct. Doesn't matter what I take. Can they spawn in the first 2 levels at all? I don't know. But, like, they can spawn in the 4th level, which would be the 1st level of the 2nd loop. So... I mean, I didn't get Siren's Call, so I can't say for sure. I'm not sure if I had them spawn in the first 2 levels. To answer your question. Boss scavengers, so scavengers can be bosses. Does scavengers have a boss item? Because that would be the boss item I'm missing most likely. You've gotten Void Reaver on stage 7 though. And, I don't know, everything's a mystery. But yeah, maybe boss scavengers can spawn earlier. Where's it gonna pop out? Right there. I kill overloading worms so fast. Acrid is the true homie. Like nothing. Not even a boss. Emergency drone heals you for a lot, but only when you're at critical health. Nine glass, you're like invincible, that's why. Guess I've just been lucky then, or unlucky, with my spawns. Not getting Void Reavers or Scavengers until stage 8. All right, now I gotta look for this log before we actually fight this boss. Hopefully. Those will probably actually like attack it and activate it, and then it will try to kill me. Oh, it does not have a lot of health compared to the amount of damage those deal. But anyway, it seems you go out of the map very easily. I'm betting that it won't even... Oh, okay. Okay. I'm willing to let you... Oh, and this one doesn't have Transcendence, so that's kind of neat. What if it's on this, though? It might be on top of this, and I can't really... I can get there, never mind. Oh, well, that ain't it. Solved the mystery. There are really not very many places that this thing can be hiding. I found it. Oh, I've let this happen. It had a beetle guard. It can happen. That's really funny. All right, so then it just fades out.